It's a real money in the room.
You could tell you real versed in law. It's like, you know, it's kind of like you can't miss you with certain situations. Even when we was talking about the Tory Lanez situation, and you was explaining how...
Oh, Tory would have beat that.
Yeah.
If he would have...
I've heard you mention that you are, you know, one of the most powerful attorneys. Do you think that you could, you know, try a case and...
Yeah. Yo, I believe I could go into a courtroom as a public defender and go undefeated all day. That's what I believe. I believe if I randomly went into a courtroom right now and had a lawyer stand next to me and just heard the cases, even if I didn't speak, even if I just told him this was wrong and let him say it, I'll go undefeated all day. And if I truly believe you should cop out, you should cop out. Like, put me at a felony here. Just put me somewhere. And like I said, I got PTSD. I don't like being in a courtroom. Gotcha. But if I was to do it, like, just put me somewhere on a Friday, because most felony hearings is conducted on Friday. Put me in a courtroom on a random Friday. I be then got the whole morning shift shit throughout. That's how nice I think I am. I'm telling you.
So when did you pick up that, you know, like skill, so to speak?
When I was young, when I was like 16, 17, because I was like, shit, if I'm going to be in the streets, which I ain't had no choice, I got to know the law. Yeah. Because them the only motherfuckers you dealing with in the streets is the police. Think about it. You walking around in the street all day, the only motherfucker that's really, I'm talking about deep in the streets, like outside of the inner cities, is the law enforcement and the military. Like when I was a kid, I used to jump on the trains and just ride them for fun. But it's like, think about it, you never know who the fuck you were running to in the back of a train track or the back of a building, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like kids, we go out farther psychologically than we realize we the could go. You know what I'm saying? We'd be in wander somewhere we shouldn't go. So long story short, me personally, I'm outside selling weed and doing what I do. I told myself I gotta know the law. Any charge that I commit, any charge that I'm risking the commission for, I gotta know the maximum and minimum penalties of this, and I gotta know how to get out of it. You know, like it's some shit on the camera right now. I could tell it how to turn a felony right now to a misdemeanor with a gun, but I ain't gonna say I'm out the streets. I'm not gonna advocate no criminal. Yeah. But like I said, I learned a lot of shit. Like I learned at least at minimum how forensics is supposed to operate. But the most important thing I would say I learned outside of the law is the chain of command. The chain of command is very important. Everything got a chain of command, from the military to the courts operating system to the police, all that. Like the chain of command is so critical. That shit is about more. That shit is near more important. If it's not more important, it's equivalent to the fruit of the poisonous tree. When you find something in violation of that Fourth Amendment, because 9 times out of 10, any constitution that's violated is violated because somebody broke that chain of command. You know, like I had an issue in my case when I my judge up, I had 13 grounds. You feel me? All stuck. I ain't gonna say I blew. I got robbed at trial when I put in a 330-30 motion and got my guilty conviction overturned 2 weeks after I got found guilty in trial on 13 grounds, and went right back in there on my judge. And I ended up writing my judge and my DA up to the Bar Association. But long story short, one of the issues in my case was not only was the chain of command established between the officers and forensics, somebody signed the goddamn gun out the evidence room and took it God knows where.
What?
Yeah, and everybody confirmed that it was an unknown signature, but it's like that's all the way out of the chain of command. So like I said, even the way evidence is handled is grounds for a case to get thrown out, you know? Gotcha. If the police pick you up with something and CSI don't come on the crime scene, that right there is improper procedure. That right there is violation of due process. That right there is grounds to get a goddamn case thrown out.
Hey, real tone, it's some real money in the room.